Hello, can you hear me, guys? Okay. So let's start the session. So let's start the session, guys. Yesterday already we discussed about nmcli. So with the help of nmcli, how we need to assign the static IP address and dynamic IP addresses and everything already we discussed yesterday. So how to assign the host name also we discussed, yes. So with the help of nmcli, we can assign the host name also. Apart from nmcli, then you can use some different commands to assign the host name. Okay. So we'll have one command called hostnamectl. We'll have one command called hostname. So if you hit the host name, then it will show you the like host name of this operating system. Okay. Hostnamectl is a command. It will show you entire details. Entire details. So static host name, so local host and local domain as a host name now will have then icon computer and charges because it's a virtual machine, it doesn't have the charges number, mission ID and boot ID. So the type of virtualization VMware I'm using, and then I'm using Red Hat Enterprise System X 7.0 map here. Okay, and there's a kernel version and its architecture. So we'll get all the details if you execute the hostnamectl command. So using hostnamectl command, you can set the host name also. So how to set the host name? So with the help of hostnamectl command, we'll see now. Okay. Hostnamectl set hyphen hostname server dot. I'm providing the hostname called server dot example dot com. The hostname it got set. Okay. The hostname it got set. Apart from nmcli, you can use this command also to set the hostname. So hostname ctl space set hyphen hostname space server.example.com. So how to verify the hostname? So you can execute hostnamectl command. See here the hostname it got changed. The hostname it became server.example.com. Server.example.com. So clear. So you can use nmcli to change the host name. You can use hostnamectl set hyphen hostname and then provide the host name. If you want, you can use hostnamectl also to set the host name. Okay. Now we'll have one more option to assign the host name. Okay. So with the help of configuration files. So etc host name is a configuration file. So VIM, so etc host name is a configuration file. Open this hostname configuration file. Inside this hostname configuration file, so we'll have the hostname server.example.com. So now my intention is I'm trying to modify this hostname. So I'm removing the like server.example.com for this mission. I'm trying to assigning some different hostname called so client.example.com. Client.example.com. So save and exit. Then so we need to restart the services. So what type of services we need to restart? Network services we should restart. Okay. Now check the host name. It became client.example.com. So I hope you're clear, guys. How to set the host name. You can set the host name with the help of nmcli. You can set the host name with the help of hostnamectl command. You can set the host name with the help of etc hostname file. So just we need to open the etc hostname file with the help of editor, and then we need to like mention the host name according to our requirement, and then you can save and exit, and then we need to reboot the services, like restart the services. Systemctl restart network is the service we need to restart. So I hope you're clear, guys. So I hope you're clear. Yes. So how to assign the host name? So now we'll see how to manage the IP address with the help of nmcli. So how to manage the IP addresses with the help of nmcli, we'll see. Okay. So yesterday we discussed about nmty. Today we'll see nmcli, network manager command line interface. So network manager command line interface, nmtui and nmcli, network manager CLI. Okay, so this is a command. With the help of this command, we can able to manage the IP address. We can able to manage the interfaces. Okay, so nmcli. Okay, connection show is a command. How many connections we'll have, guys? So nmcli connection show is a command. It will print the connection name and then UUID of this connection, universal unique ID, and then type 802-3. That means Ethernet. Okay. So for IEEE standards, so 1980s and February 3rd. Okay. So now here EN016777736 is a interface name, and it's a UUID, and it's type Ethernet and device. So if it doesn't have any device now, why we doesn't have any device? The network is not available in this machine. Because of that reason, it's not like reflecting the device name. Okay. So how we need to activate this network? nmcli connection up is a command, and then we need to provide the device name EN0167777. And before, what I'm doing is I need to keep go to settings. Then NAT. Okay. Then so we need to what happened? So nmcli connection up EN0167777. So it's got up now. So connection successfully active. So connection successfully active. Now let's check nmcli connection show. See here, EN016777736, and it's a UUID, and then type, and then device. EN016777736 is a device name. Got it, guys? Now we'll have the connection. So we'll have the network in this operating system in this mission. Okay. So now this is a way we need to up the connection. Okay, nmcli connection up, and then we should provide the device name EN016777736. Clear? Next, how to assign the IP address, how to create the profiles, So it's very simple, guys. So how to create the profiles, we'll see now. nmcli connection add is a command. So it's a bit lengthy command. Please concentrate. nmcli connection add, then con name. So nmcli connection add con name, and then so we need to provide the profile name. You can give any profile name. It's not like this. You need to provide the same like so we need to give EN016777736 like this. You can give any profile name. Okay. So I'm trying to providing the profile called default. I'm providing the profile called default. So default is a profile name. So default is a profile name. You can give any name. It's not like this. You need to provide default. You can give any name. Your name also you can give them conscious. Now type Ethernet. So type Ethernet. nmcli connection add space connection hyphen name space So we should provide the profile name. So profile name is default. Type Ethernet. So type is a Ethernet. So what type of profile I'm trying to creating? I'm creating the profile for Ethernet. Okay. And then if name. If name is an interface name. So if name is a interface name. And then EN016777736 is my interface. So what is my device name? EN016777736 is my interface, my device here. Okay. Then hit enter. So now connection default successfully created. There's a UID of the default interface. Now how to check nmcli connection show? See. So default profile it got created and it's a UUID of the default, and this is a IP address. Sorry, this is a Ethernet. Type is Ethernet, but it doesn't have any device. Guys, we'll have the only one device, only one NIC card. Okay, this NIC card by default it is connecting to the default profile name called EN016777736. While I'm installing the operating system, by default it is going to create. Okay, now I was created one profile. So the profile name is default. I need to activate this default profile. So how to activate this default profile? nmcli connection up, then default. So I'm going to activate this default profile. Okay, then hit enter. So now connection successfully active. So connection successfully active. Then let's see here. So let's execute this nmcli connection show. Connection show. Then hit enter. See. So before this device, it connected to the EN016777736 profile. But now the device it is connecting to the default profile. Now the default profile is active now. The default profile is active. Now let's check the IP addresses of this default profile. So IP addr show. So see here, I'm getting the one IP address from the DHCP server. I'm getting one IP address from the DHCP server. Clear? Automatically. So now like the same way, I'm trying to creating the one more profile, static profile. While I'm trying to creating the profile at the time itself only, I'm providing the IP addresses, static IP addresses for this particular profile. Okay. So nmcli connection add connection name. Okay. Static is a profile name. So type Ethernet. Okay. If name EN0167777, then IP4. So IP4, then I'm providing IP4. I'm trying to provide some different class IP address. So 172.168.16.1.11. So by 16. So GW4 172.16.1.1. Got it? Then hit enter. So connection static it got created successfully. So let's verify. So nmcli connection show. See that static is a profile name. So UUID of the static. Then type Ethernet, but it doesn't have any device. So we need to activate this. So I need to connect this device to the static profile because we'll have the only one device. Here. Okay. So this device we need to connect to the static profile. That means I need to activate the static profile now. Okay. So now how to activate this? So nmcli connection show static. nmcli connection up, not show. If you use show, what will happen in the sense it will provide the details of the static. Okay. So nmcli, let's connection show, then hit enter. See the device it got connecting to the static profile now. Let's check the IP address of this machine. See the IP address it got changed. So 172.16.1.11. Before we'll have 192. something. 192.168.72. something we have one IP address. So that IP address will have default profile. So we are getting the automatic IP address from the DHCP server if you activate the default profile. So now let's see and try to activating the default profile. So default, then hit enter. At a time, only one profile we can able to activate because here we'll have the only one IP, one interface. If you're having the multiple interface, that means if you're having the multiple NIC cards, then you can assign the multiple IP addresses for the one machine. It's possible. Okay, multiple networks also you can assign the wisdom issues. Okay, but this both the profile having the two different networks. So why we need to create these profiles? So why we need to create these profiles, guys? For example, in my organization, I have the two different networks. Sometimes I'm connecting into the one network, sometimes I'm connecting to another network. So at the time, frequently I need to change the IP addresses. Yes. So to overcome that, we are trying to creating the multiple profiles according to your requirement. You can activate the profile. So you are going to communicate with the particular network. I hope you got it, guys. Yes. So only one profile at a time we can able to activate because we'll have the only one NIC card into our virtual machine. So only one virtual NIC card will have. So clear, guys, how to create the profiles with the help of nmcli. Okay, how to modify the IP addresses with the help of nmcli. Already we'll have one static profile. So in the static profile, we'll have 172.16.1.11 IP address. I need to modify this IP address. So I need to change this IP address. I need to assign some different IP address. Okay. So how to assign nmcli nmcli connection, okay, modification, okay, then static, then what we need to do? So IPv4 dot addresses. Guys, please concentrate here, okay? nmcli. So maybe for looking this commands, little bit lengthy commands, if you concentrate, it's not that much of tough. It's not that much of tough. Clear? Please give me 1 minute. Guys, can you hear me? Yeah, okay. So now let's see here. nmcli connection modification static IPv4 address. So here we need to open the single quote. So I'm trying to changing the IP address. So I'm providing, for example, 192.168.1.11 by how much? 24. Then gateway. Clear? Then hit enter. So nmcli connection modification. I modify this connection. That means I assign. So I remodify the IP addresses here. Okay. And then nmcli connection modify. Okay. Then static IPv4 dot method manual. Okay. Method manual. That means I'm trying to keeping the static IP address as a manual IP address. That means so static profile as a manual IP address. So sometimes by default we'll take manual. Sometimes what will happen is we'll have the automatic IP address and as well as both static IP addresses. To avoid this, we should use this command nmcli connection. So modification static IPv4 dot method space manual. So I'm trying to keeping this manual IP address. Okay, nmcli connection modification, then static. So connection auto, yes. If I keep yes connection auto, okay, nmcli connection modification static connection dot auto connect, connection dot auto connect, then yes. If I keep s, what will happen in the sense it will start along with the boot time. If you reboot the machine, it will start along with the boot time. If I keep no instead of s, so what will happen? It is not going to start along with the boot time. Manually, we need to start along with the boot time. We need to start after booting the operating system. Okay, so clear, guys. If I keep s, what will happen? It will start along with the boot time. It will start along with the boot time. Clear. So I hope you got it. So how we need to modify the IP address with the help of nmcli. So how we need to create the profiles with the help of nmcli. So static profile you can create. So dynamic profile you can create, depends upon your requirement. Clear? Next. how to modify the IP address with the help of script-based, network script-based. We'll see now. Okay. So let's see here. I'm trying to open two different terminals because I need to show the some differences between static and dynamic. Okay. So let's see here. So login. So with the help of root user into both the terminals. Okay. Now this all the device details from where we need to get. So what I said, so in the starting classes itself only I was given the information to you details. Each and every device, this Linux, it will be considering as a one file. So that too, maybe one configuration file will have. So generally, where the configuration files it got located, yes guys. So where we'll have the configuration files inside the etc. Okay. So cd, so let's go to this terminal. cd etc sysconfig network hyphen scripts. So this is a directory, guys. We'll have all the interfaces details and then profile details and everything we can able to find out from this directory. So etc, inside the etc we'll have the sysconfig. Inside the sysconfig we'll have the network scripts. Then check the pwd. So we are into etc sysconfig and network scripts. Now check the list. See. Guys, if you observe, so we'll have few files here. So if config hyphen default, if config hyphen en016777736, if cfg hyphen lo, if cfg hyphen static. Clear? So now I was created two different profiles. One is default. That means we'll get the dynamic IP address from the DHCP server. And then one more profile I was created static. So I was given the like static IP addresses according to my requirement. Okay. So can we able to modify the IP address with the help of these files? Yes, we can able to modify the IP addresses with the help of these files. So let's see here. I'm going to open. So if cfg directly clicking. So if cfg default. See guys, if you observe, so type Ethernet boot proto DHCP. That means we are getting the IP addresses from the DHCP server. So default root, yes, and pre-DNS, yes. So pre-roots, yes. So everything will have as, and there's a name of the profile default, and it's a UUID, and it's a device name, and on boot as we have. On boot, yes, we have. That means it will start along with the boot time. Will start along with the boot time. So now I'm going to same directory here also. So where I need to go? etc sysconfig. So network scripts. So let's check the list. And here what I'm doing this in this terminal, I'm going to open static profile. Now see the difference between dynamic profile and static profile. So here we doesn't have any IP address. We doesn't have any IP address. So even though we are getting the IP address from the DHCP server, here we'll have the boot proto is the DHCP. Automatic IP address will get. Then coming to here, type Ethernet and boot proto none. That means I'm not getting the like automatic IP address from the DHCP server. So IP address, IPADDR 0, 192.168.1.11. So postfix. Postfix means, sorry, it's not a postfix, prefix guys. So prefix 0, 24. 24 means subnet mask. Okay, gateway. And remaining stuff all default. Yes, we'll have, and then device name and so profile name and then UUID and then on boot yes. Guys, both on boot test will have. And which one it is going to start if you reboot the machine? By default profile, so along with the operating system, so we got a EN016777736. That profile it is going to start by default. Okay. So I hope you got it, guys. So you need to modify the IP address. So you need to modify the IP address. Okay, you can modify from here. You can modify from here. So now again, remove this IP address. You can assign one more IP address like 172. 172.16.1.11. Then 16. Then here, so we need to provide the gateway and try to provide the gateway called 172.16.1.1. Save and quit. Okay. Then systemctl restart network. Okay. So now nmcli connection up, then static. So we need to have the static connection. Then let's check the IP address. The IP address it got change. So I hope you're clear, guys. The IP address it got change. So like this also you can modify the IP addresses with the help of network switch files. Clear? So I hope you're clear, guys. Now how to delete the profiles? How to delete the profile? So it's very simple. nmcli connection del, then static. The profile it got deleted. So how to verify? So nmcli connection check. Okay, the static profile it got deleted. Now nmcli connection del default. The default profile also it got deleted. So how to verify? So nmcli connection check. See, the default profile also it got deleted. Will have the so by default the profile name while we are installing the operating system along with the operating system we got this. We need to activate this nmcli connection now en01677. Now the it got activated. So now let's check connection show. Okay. So now nmcli device status. The device status. The device it got connected. The device it got connected. See here en016777736 is the device name. So type is Ethernet and it's connected to whom? en0167736. So I need to disconnect. Okay, nmcli. So device disconnect. Now the device it got disconnected. Let's check the status. The device it got disconnected. So it doesn't have the network. See, if you observe, it doesn't have the network. So if you check the IP address, you won't get any IP addresses here. So nmcli connection. Sorry, nmcli device connect. Okay, nmcli device connect. So it got connected now. So nmcli connection show. nmcli. So clear, guys. nmcli device status. Second, you divide show also. You'll get all the details related to particular device. en0167777 is the device name, type Ethernet and MAC address, MTU, maximum tunnel unit, and then 100 connection, and then so connection name, and then these all the stuff will get you. Okay, IP addresses of the particular device. So clear, guys. So I hope you got it. So this is a way we need to modify the IP addresses. So with the help of nmcli command. Okay. So now I think we executed two commands into this terminal also. So I'm going to go back. What happened was okay. So I hope you're clear, guys, how to create the profiles and how to delete the profiles with the help of nmcli and then script based. So clear, guys? Yes, no? Okay. So how we need to create the isolated network, we'll see. How to create the isolated network, we'll see now. Okay. 1 minute. Okay. So how to create the isolated network, we'll see, guys. Please concentrate. So this is one mission. Okay. So this is one more mission. So clear? We'll have the two different missions here. Okay. So I need to connect the one media in between this both the mission. Okay. How to connect the media. So I'm trying to establishing the media between these both the missions. Okay. And connecting. So physically in a sense one wire. Virtually how we need to connect, I'll show you. Okay. Virtually how to connect virtually. So now I'm creating one network. I'm creating one network. Okay. Now this is a physical network, guys. Can we able to communicate from this mission to this mission at present? It is possible. Yes, guys. Can we able to communicate? No. We are unable to communicate because we doesn't have the logical network here. That means IP addresses. Okay. So if you doesn't have the IP addresses, how we can able to communicate? How we can able to send the data from this mission to that mission? So it's not possible. So if you're deploying the physical network, so it's not enough. So we need to assign the IP addresses. We need to deploy the logical network. Then only you can able to communicate. Okay. So now what I'm doing in a sense. So I'm trying to assigning the host name. So for this mission, host name and IP address. I'm assigning the host name called server.example.com for this mission. And then IP address of this mission is 192.168.1.11. Okay, so clear. This is a IP address I assigned. Okay. Now, like the same way, I'm assigning the one more host name for another mission. Okay. So client.example.com. And here I'm assigning some different IP address. But both the IP addresses should enter the same network, guys. Okay. So we should keep into the same network, then only we can able to communicate. Okay. So now how to check the communication? How to check the communication with the help of ping command. Okay. So ping. So I need to provide the destination mission IP address here. 92.168.1.12. And we'll get the reply. Like the same way, here also we should do. I need to execute the command called ping here. So I need to execute the command called ping. Okay. 92.168.1.11. And we'll get the reply from the both the machines because both the machines having the same network. If I execute the ping command, we can able to get the reply. It's not a problem. Can we able to ping with the help of hostname dash? It is possible. I'm providing the client.example.com and here I'm providing server.example. So ping server.example.com. So clear. I'm not going to get the reply, guys. Why? Because we doesn't have any DNS server. So now, what is the use of DNS server in the sense? It will resolve the IP address to the host name to the IP address. Okay. So at present in my network, we doesn't have any DNS services. So because of that reason, we are unable to ping with the help of host name. So we can able to ping with the help of IP address. We can able to access the services with the help of IP addresses, but we are unable to access the services like with the help of hostname. Now, how we need to resolve this issue without configure the DNS server? So we'll have one configuration file called etc host. We'll have one configuration file called so vam/etc hosts. So etc host is a file. We need to open this etc host file. Okay. And we should add few entries inside this etc host file. So we need to add few entries. Okay. So how to add the entries? So we need to use vam editor. Here, what type of entries we need to add? 192.168.1.11. It's a server.example.com. Here. 192.160.1.11, it's a server.example.com, and 192.168.1.12 client.example.com. And save and quit. W2 to save and quit. So we should add this entries into etc host file. So one is server.example.com. So and then client.example.com, both the IP addresses along with the hostname we should give. Okay. Then now let's ping with hostname client.example.com, then we'll get the reply. So like the same way we should do into this machine also. We need to do into this machine also. Okay. So we should open the etc host file. Then so we need to keep the same entries in this machine also. Okay. So in this machine also we should keep the same entries. Here we should ping with server.example.com. Then you will get the reply. Got it, guys? So this is a way we need to configure the network. Now, according to this diagram, I will show you practically. So how we need to deploy the one isolated network between the two virtual machines. Okay. So we need two different virtual machines. Okay. I need a one more machine. Already I have the one machine called server. So we'll have the one more machine called demo. So power on this demo virtual machine. Okay. So now, so let's open the terminal. So I'll do one thing. I'll take one snapshot because again, if I did some changes, it is going to what we say snapshot. So, okay. So let's see, guys here. Now, how we need to establish the connection between these both the machines. This is server and it's a demo. Assume this is a server and there's a client. So I need to establish the connection between these both the machines. So how to establish? So it's very simple. See here. So right click on top of the virtual machine. So right click on top of this virtual machine, guys. So just you can select the virtual machine like this. Okay. Right click on top of the virtual machine. So it's very simple. So and then go to the settings. Go to the settings. Virtual machine settings. And next here we'll have the network adapter NAT. So keep bridge. Sorry, keep custom, not bridge. So keep custom. Custom, then here you can keep VMNet 0. Anything you can give, any one. Okay, so keep VMNet 0. Then you can give VMNet 1 also, there is no issues. Okay, so it's only private network. And then go to the same machine, like go to the demo machine, not same machine, guys. So go to demo machine, then right click on top of the demo machine. Then the same thing we should do into the demo also. Okay, same thing you need to do into the demo. So instead of NAT, so you need to keep custom network. Okay. Okay. So now we established one virtual media between this machine and this machine. So I was established. Okay. Now I need to assign the host name and IP addresses into both the machines. So let's see how to assign the host name and then IP addresses into both the machines. So now login. Let's check nmcli connection show. Okay, so now let's check the IP address. We'll have automatic IP address. I'll do one thing. I'm going to use nmcli. So instead of automatic, I'm keeping the manual. Then I'm assigning the IP address according to a no need any gateways here because we are creating isolated network. For isolated network, doesn't require any gateways here. Okay. Then you need to keep this cross mark. Then okay. Quit. What I need to do? Systemctl restart network to update this IP address. Okay. So now let's verify the IP address. Yes, the IP address it got assigned successfully 192.168.1.11. Okay. Now I'm trying to assigning the host name ctl set-hostname server.example.com. Okay, I'm trying to assigning the host name called server.example.com. So clear. The same thing you can do into demo machine. So login as a root user, then assign the host IP address. Can use nmty or nmcli, whatever you want to use. Manual IP address I'm assigning here. So I'm assigning 192.168.1.12. 524 doesn't require any gateway. So you need to keep this class map, keep this class map. Then hostname ctl set-hostname client.example.com. Client, okay. What's it now? Client.example.com. Okay. So now nmcli. Otherwise you can use systemctl restart. So let's check the IP address. Yes. Check the host name. Yes. And go to here. Check the host name. Okay. So now let's ping with one machine to another machine. So ping 92.168.1.12 because I'm into server now. Okay. So you are into server now, but it is showing client here. So it's a terminal fault. Okay. So you can close the terminal, you can reopen the terminal again. Okay. It will show you client. So close the terminal and then open the terminal again. Okay. So let's see. We'll get the server here. Okay. So now log in with root user. Okay. Then so try to ping 92.168.1.2. Not 11, 1.1. Yes, I'm getting the reply. That means we have the communication between these both connections. Control C. So go to demo. So ping with server machine. So ping 92.168.1.11. Yes, I have the communication. So between these both the machines, I can able to communicate from one machine to another machine. Okay. So I hope you're clear, guys. Now let's ping with the host name. So ping server.example.com. No. Unknown host server.example.com. Unknown host server.example.com. Here. So ping client.example.com. So same error I'm getting here. I'm unable to get the communication with the help of hostname. I'm unable to access the services with the help of hostname because we doesn't have the DNS server. We doesn't have DNS server. So without DNS server, without configured DNS server, how we need to ping with the help of hostname? We'll see now. So go to vam/etc hosts. vam/etc host sky. Okay. Open this. Don't remove this all the entries. Okay. Keep this entries done. Go to the end of the line. Here you need to add server.example. Clear? Save and exit. So go to demo. Do same. Clear? Then so doesn't require. If you restart the network, that's good. And try to ping with server.example.com. See, getting the reply with host name. Go to server, so ping client.example.com. Yes, we have the proper network between these both the machines. So clear, guys. This is a way you can create your own isolated network. Okay. So I hope you're clear. So if you require, you can so make a note. So this is a host file. So we should edit to communicate with the host name. Okay. And tomorrow we'll do SSH. So how to generate the public and private keys, how we need to access the one mission from another mission remotely through network and everything we'll see. So we should have the same like isolated network using this both the missions. So we'll do tomorrow SSH. Okay. Okay, guys. Yes. Do you have any doubts, any questions? So I hope you know how to assign the IP address, dynamic IP address and static IP address. Okay. Okay, guys. So please do the practical session. Okay. So see you tomorrow. Bye. Take care. Today I'm not feeling well now. Because of that reason, I'm completing the session as soon as possible. Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll do SSH, how we need to access the remote machine from one machine to another machine through network. Okay. Okay, guys. Bye. Take care. Yeah, thank you, Sachin.